Let's get crafting. Hey guys, it is Jen with Mother Time, and I am so excited for today's video. I literally had to stop. I'm having so much fun crafting and pop on and just do this little intro with you before I share with you all of the things I've been making, kind of get a little peek behind me of some of the things I made. You can see it on my hands too. I haven't stopped. I've actually been working right here too because it's so fun. I love working on this big table. I love being downstairs so I don't feel like I'm, distant from everybody because my craft room is upstairs. It's just nice looking outside too. And so I love crafting down here too because I have my new Cricut. This compact Cricut has been so much fun. I absolutely love it. I've used Cricut since 2016. I have the Cricut Explorer and I just started using the Cricut Joy Xtra and I cannot stop using it. I am having so much fun. It is literally open and go, like from the get-go. And I can't stop making fun things. Wait until you see what I've made with this. I am having so much fun with this. It's compact, so you can literally just use it anywhere, like I've been using here. It's also great for making like little tags and for making decals, but if you can see, I don't know if you can see the big sign. I made that big sign with the Cricut Joy Xtra. I can't wait for you guys to see it. I love the smart vinyl. So you can literally put in a big roll of smart vinyl and it'll just keep cutting. So, and I love with this too, that it will measure it out. So like it'll make sure you have enough vinyl in the machine before it cuts. So it kind of does like this little test roll. I'll show you all of it. It has just been so much fun. So I've been on this roll crafting. I'm like, okay, I have to stop. I have to get dinner ready and all the other things, but I wanted to kind of like talk with you guys for a minute first, let you know we're going to be doing some crafting. It's going to be some spring inspired crafts. And this is going to be like almost like French farmhouse crafts. I love like this theme that it's been taking on. As I've been going, I just get into like the groove and a roll and making things and creating things. A lot of the different things too, you'll be able to get on my Cricut Design Space too that I've made. So all the links will be in the description below. So if you have a Cricut or if you're going to get the Cricut Joy Xtra after you see all the goodies I've made, you can also check those designs out too, so you can recreate some of these projects as well. And again, I'll include a link in the description below for the Cricut Joy Xtra. I can't wait to show you. I'm going to take you along and show you how to use it and how fun it is. Like I said, it is open and go, and I have so much fun using it. It's also great, like with wedding season and all of like the gifties things. If you need to make wedding favors, this is the machine for you. I love making the tags, and if you are a label maker and love to make labels on all of the things and like to keep organizational things and everything organized, you want this machine because you can customize it. It does monograms, it does all of the things, and you can have it right at your fingertips, and it's Bluetooth. So I can literally be in the other room creating something. I can be on my phone at night creating something in Design Space, which I love too. I'll admit I've done it. So I'm on Design Space creating something, and then I print it out the next morning, boom, weed it. Weeding is my favorite thing because there's something very therapeutic about it. So I'm so thankful for Cricut for sponsoring today's video, and I can't wait to take you along and show you what some of the things I've made with the Cricut Joy Xtra. We're just getting crafty today. It's so much fun. And like I said, it's going to be very like French farmhouse themed, inspired. I can't say that. I just love everything. I don't know, like there's a little peek. It's back there. I've been having so much fun like styling things because also too, when I make these craft ideas, I also like to make it into a collection. So you have pieces and you can build on that too, or you can make multiples of them. We're going to be doing pillows. We're going to be doing this super cute birdhouse crate. Like I said, the big back porch sign. So much fun. Chalkboard sign. So much fun. So grab yourself a hot cup of coffee or hot tea. I can't wait to go get one. And actually, I'm going to go back to doing a little bit more crafting. But I want you to sit back, relax, and let's get crafting. So much crafting fun is about to begin with my Cricut Joy Xtra. I love that it is open and go, so I'm going to take the Cricut along with the plugs out of the box, and within minutes, I am ready to get crafting. I'm gonna give it a quick test first. It comes with a piece of test vinyl to test it out to make sure the machine is running properly. So I'm gonna feed it through. You literally set it there. It's gonna make sure there's enough vinyl in there, and it's going to do a test cut so I can even weed it too, and just make sure everything is up and running, and then we'll get crafting. Once it's done, it prompts me on the computer to click unload, and then the vinyl unloads from the machine and I can weed it out. And here I go. I have my very first Cricut Joy Xtra project with this Cricut vinyl. How cute is that? So now I'm going to create my very first project, and I am doing this welcome to our back porch sign. I love with the Cricut Joy Xtra that I can put this long piece of vinyl in it, and it is called Smart Vinyl. So it is literally going to make sure that there is enough vinyl to cut this out, and then you don't have to put it on a mat. It is going to cut it without a mat. You can use a mat too, but you can use the Smart Vinyl. You don't even need the mat, which I love as well. And it is cutting out my first section to my welcome to our back porch sign. Then I'll weed it out, put it on some transfer tape, and then place it on my sign. Weeding vinyl has got to be my favorite thing. There's something very therapeutic about it, and just peeling it back and seeing this creation. It's therapeutic and exciting at the same time. I love doing it, and I just take my time and peel back all of the vinyl. And look at, I got the back. You're going to see the porch here in just a second. I'm going to peel back all of the vinyl. Then I'm going to add some transfer tape on top of that, and that will transfer this design onto my sign. There are so many things that I love about the Cricut Joy Xtra. Like I mentioned before, I have used Cricut since 2016. I have the Cricut Explore Air 2. So I've used Cricut. I've made my kids' projects on there. I've done so many things. But there's something special about the Cricut Joy Xtra that I love. I love that it is compact, that I can literally take it to any room, and that I can make projects big and small. I can make this big sign on my Cricut Joy Xtra, but I can even do small projects. I can do tags. I can do spice labels. I can do anything big and small. I can make cards. I can do monograms. Sky is the limit. That I absolutely love this. I can't stop playing with it because I love that I can make so many things, and I can customize them with the monograms. For the sign, I'm putting our date that we moved into our home. So many things. So even thinking for gifties for holidays and birthdays and weddings and all of the things that I can make all of these really special gifts for people. So now I put the lettering on the vinyl onto my sign, and I took that transfer tape off, and then what I did is I added a coat of Mod Podge on top, and you'll see why I did that here soon, because now I am taking some white chalk paint and I am dry brushing it on top of the labels, because I want to make this sign look like it's an old distressed sign. So that is why I add the Mod Podge on top of the vinyl letterings to give it like a protective coat. Also too, because I'm going to be using a baby wipe and actually some paper towels too, to kind of, as you can see, I'm kind of scraping on there. So I wanted to add a protective layer on top of that vinyl once I took that transfer tape off, so I can go over it and distress it even more. Look at how awesome this is turning out. And this is just with a dry brush coat of the white chalk paint, but I'm not done yet. So now I'm using some antique wax, again, dry brushing it. So that's why I have a paper towel getting off most of that antique wax, and I'm lightly going over the sign as well. So look at what you can do with that vinyl, that you can customize it like this. You can put your name. I just did our established date, but I even considered even putting our names on the bottom too. So much fun with this. And you can actually get this design. I'll include a link for that too. So if you want to create a sign like this as well. And now I'm adding a coat of Mod Podge on top of the sign as well. Now I did go back at the end later on, and I did add some lines to the welcome to our porch too, but I didn't add those initially, but I did in the final. So now I'm going to be making this super cute birdhouse crate. How cute is this? So I have these Birdhouse plaques that I got at the store. I think I've had them for a while. And I'm just going to paint them with some white chalk paint. I'm just going to go over them and a couple coats of white chalk paint. And I'm also going to do that to the crate as well. The Birdhouse plaques and this crate both came from Walmart. I did consider using a different crate too, but I liked how this one fit. At the end, you'll see how it looks, and it just looks fantastic. So I'm just going over all of it with the white chalk paint, just giving it a good coat. Then I'm going to lightly go over it and distress it with some dry brushing, with some antique wax, and then I take it off with the baby wipe. I also use a paper towel, and I just kind of go back and forth with the antique wax on top to give it a distressed look. And then I'm taking my sanding block and going over it as well. I'm dry brushing a coat of wax on top. I'm using Folk Art Antique Wax. Then I'm going to take my baby wipe and wipe it off, also kind of rub it around a little bit. Then I take a paper towel and I rub it around a little bit more, and I'm just going to go around, wipe it off in spots to give it that distressed look. This is how the Birdhouse plaques turned out. I love that distress look. So now I'm going to dry brush some of the antique wax on top of the crate as well. I decided I wanted to put Home Sweet Home on top of one of the plaques, so I'm measuring out the space. Then I designed it in my Cricut Design Space, and then I'm going to put the vinyl in my Cricut Joy Xtra and cut it out. What I've been loving about the Cricut Joy Xtra. I come up with an idea, I can design it into my Cricut Design Space, and within minutes I have this custom tag, whether it's a tag or vinyl lettering, or if I'm doing a pillow, and I can design it, and it's my own custom design that I've made that I can put on all of these craft projects that I'm making, or if I'm doing my labels, or if I'm doing my spice bottles, or any of the things that I can customize it exactly how I want it. So here I have my custom lettering that I designed in Cricut Design Space, and within minutes I have this great design to add to my craft project. going to attach the 2 birdhouse plaques on each side of the crate, just like this. You could hot glue it, but we decided to get out the air gun and we're just going to attach it with that. So Wayne is attaching the birdhouse plaques to the crate with his air compressor gun. Any excuse for him to fire up the air compressor gun, right? So he's just quickly attaching it like that. It was so easy, and we know it's on there nice and secure. Again, you could use hot glue too, or E6000, but this just made it really, really easy. And again, any excuse to fire up the air compressor gun, he was all for that. So he's just attaching the other side, easy peasy, and now it's done. And here it is again. How cute did this turn out? I love it so much. I'm already thinking ahead for doing different ones for different holidays too. How cute would that be? Now, I was thinking of adding a rod on top. That's why I didn't fill the holes, because I was going to use it for like a rod, but then I kind of like it without it. So I may add that eventually. Like a spindle would look really cute, don't you think? But for now, I'm loving this. So I just added some greenery in it to show you, but you'll see how I styled it at the end. I added a little candle in there too, an electric candle. It's so cute. What do you think? This was so fun to make, and I love how it turned out. Next up, I'm going to make a hanging pocket. I love making these. I've shared these before. I was almost going to use this fence post that I used on another project that you'll see coming up. But I decided to use this extra plaque that I had in my craft stash. I liked the color of it more, and I liked how it coordinated with this extra fabric that I also had on hand. So I'm going to cut it down, and then I'm just going to hot glue it to the back. I also kept it double-sided because it is a thinner fabric. I didn't want anything to show through. And I was going to use my staple gun for it too, but the staples I had were too long. So I just hot glued it. That's how I've made them before, and it holds just fine. Then I'm going to fill it with some flowers. I'm using some of these dried flowers that I got at the craft store on clearance. I don't even remember the name of what they're called, but I thought they were so pretty. They are messy though, but they're just really pretty. So I'm going to fill the pocket with some of these. Aren't they pretty? But they are messy, so be warned if you get them too. But I just love the way this looks. It gives it that very French cottage farmhouse kind of look to it. Then I'm going to add one of my flameless flickering candles. I love these. I always love adding that too. Then I got the idea, so I'm going to set that aside because I was thinking of another idea. Because I also had this little container that I found thrifting. It was only $4.99. I got it at Savers, so I had my 20%. I was going to do something a lot fun with it and kind of jazz it up a little bit more, but I ended up keeping it very simple. Just added some of these stems to coordinate because I loved how this coordinated with everything. So this was actually really simple. I just mostly wanted to show you this. Like I said, I was going to do something more with it. I was holding it aside to DIY, but this is how it turned out. I love it. So anyways, I had this idea on making some of like these crockery numbers, so to speak. So I made these in my Cricut Design Space in a few minutes, so easy. And then I made 3, 4, and 5. And I'm going to use these on a few different projects like this pocket. Now, if I thought about it ahead of time, I would have ironed this on because you could do iron on with Cricut, but I already had it made, so I didn't feel like doing that. I just added the vinyl, easy peasy, and look at how that turned out. I love that on this. And here's another super easy idea. I took the number 5 and I put it on a candle. I just removed the label of the other candle, put this on so it's more decorative, and then removed the transfer tape, and voila. So easy. And I love this idea. It looks so pretty too. You know, I love crafting with jars. So I have an empty jar here that I had, I don't know what it was, pasta sauce, pizza sauce. I'm just going to paint it with some white chalk paint. I'm going to add a few coats. I'm using folk art paint in the color White Adirondack. I want to put on a pretty thick coat. Then I'm going to distress it with a little bit of folk art antique wax too. And then I'm going to add a coat of Mod Podge on top to seal all that paint in, because I'm going to add the number 3 on here as well. So this is one of my vinyls that I also made too. I'm going to go over it and distress it with paint as well, kind of like how I did the back porch sign. So I'm dry brushing on some of the chalk paint, also some of the antique wax, taking it off with a little bit of the baby wipe and a paper towel, using my hand too, as you see here too. But it gives it such a cool look. Doesn't this look like an old distressed jar, like a crock? I just love the way that turned out. So now, keeping in the theme, I'm going to make a pillow. So I also designed this, which when I add it into my Cricut Joy Xtra, I'm going to make sure that I put in my vinyl down as well as, and it tells you all that too. Just gives you that little reminder, but you also want to mirror the image. So then I weed it out, and here it is. I'm going to put it on a drop cloth that I cut out. I love using a drop cloth, and I love that frayed look. It's perfect for like this French cottage farmhouse. Then I am using my press, my Cricut press, but you could use an iron as well if you don't have that. And I'm using a towel on top of it, or not a towel, but just a sheet to protect it on the top. And then I'm going to press it down there for about 30 seconds. And then I remove this, and look at instant pillow. Love this so much. I am making more of these, and for seasonal too. I just love the way this looks. And then I'm going to take some of my hot glue to seal this in, because I went around. Now, when I also did the rim too, I didn't go really close to the edge. I actually went in about a 1/2 inch too, because I liked the way the border is around there, don't you? So that's why also too with the hot glue, I made sure I had an edging around that as well. And then I take my sanding block to fray more. If you don't want the frayed look, you could use some fray check around it too, but I love that frayed look, and looks like an old grain sack. You could even distress it too. You could take that drop cloth and you could also wash it. You could tea dye it or coffee stain it too, but so many ways that you could just use an old drop cloth that you may have, or you can pick one up for, $10 to $15 a drop cloth and make so many projects with just one drop cloth. And last but not least, I'm going to make a really cute chalkboard with this chalkboard I had, and I wanted to use it. Was in my basement. So I designed this in Cricut Design Space, cut my vinyl out, and then I'm placing it on the chalkboard. So easy, and look at how cute this is. Then I'm rubbing some chalk on top of it just to give it that really like old chalkboard look, and easy peasy. Look at how pretty this turned out, and I love how it coordinates with everything I've made. And here is everything together. I love the way this collection turned out, don't you? It is so pretty. I just keep looking at it. I love the back porch sign. I plan on using that on my back porch. This number 3 little crock is so cute. The Home Sweet Home Birdhouse crate is my favorite. It's so cute. I'm going to make more of these pillows. They were so fun to make, and I loved everything, how customized everything was too. Okay guys, that is all for today's video. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you got some crafting ideas as well. Give this video a big thumbs up if you did. Let me know in the comments below what your favorite craft was. I don't know, like at first it was the sign, then I was like, I love the pillow, I love the birdhouse crate. I love everything. I have not stopped crafting, and I just love that I love the customization, that I can customize things, that I can just have fun, open and go, create these designs, print them out, and then put them on so many different things and have fun with it to customize decor for my home. It's just been so much fun. So I'll include a link again in the description below for the Cricut Joy Xtra for the design space, so you can check out the designs that I made. And again, thanks to Cricut for sponsoring today's video. This has just been so much fun. I've just had a blast. So anyways, you guys, you can also follow me over on Facebook and Instagram at Mother Time. You can check out my blog, mothertime.com. And if you've enjoyed this video and crafting videos and home decor and meal planning, meal prepping, and of course, Thrifty Friday, make sure you click that subscribe button below so you never miss a video if you're not subscribed to my channel. I really appreciate it. I just thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. I hope, again, you enjoyed this and got some crafting inspo. I will see you guys very soon in the next video. Bye, guys.